Shabbat Shalom. In our parasha, we are confronted with one of the most difficult stories in the Bible. The story of Moses striking the rock. And when we analyze the story, and we try to see what exactly it was that Moses got wrong, we are left with multiple explanations. The rabbis in their commentaries over the centuries have delved and tried to work out what exactly it was that Moses did wrong. I certainly am not going to choose one over the other. But what I'd like to do with you today is to analyze one of the approaches, because I believe it gives us a very powerful insight in terms of leadership and in terms of being a parent, a teacher, an educator, and as a person in the workplace. When the people complain to Moses, they certainly are stressed. There is no water. And Moses turns to God and says, "What should I do?" God says, take the stick and speak to the rock. Moses goes and says the following words, "Shimuna Amorim, listen, you rebellious ones. Will I bring water from this rock?" And he strikes the rock. And the commentators explain that it was his anger that ruined the situation. That Hashem says to Moshe, because of your anger, you are no longer fit to lead the Jewish people. You will no longer be allowed to enter the land of Israel. So let us take a few moments to reflect upon this. The danger of anger. When a person is angry and loses control, even if they are justified and they feel that there's a legitimate reason, our rabbis teach us the following frightening concept. That a person who loses his anger, loses his control, and becomes angry, is a sinner. We all have had this experience. What happens when we see someone losing control, becoming angry? They lose our respect. When Moses goes and strikes the rock, he was angry, he was upset, he was frustrated, all the reasons that you can give. But how it played out in the eyes of the people was terrible. And God says, Moses, you can no longer be the leader of this people. You won't be the one taking them into the land of Israel. Because Moses loses it, he lost it. Because he lost control, he lost his role. The message for us is so powerful. When we are in control of our emotions, we are in control of the situation. How many times have you been in the situation where someone's been shouting at you, abusing you, and angry at you, and you keep your cool, keep your calm? The people watching say, that was an incredible performance. How did you do that? But when you lose and you fight back and you bark back, the estimation in people's eyes, even if they can argue that it was justified, definitely goes down. When we lose self-control, when we become angry, we lose something in the eyes of others. And thus, one of the biggest challenges we have as human beings is being able to control ourselves when things get tight, when things go bad, when we become emotional, being able to step back and be able to be in control of the situation. How often we get angry and we say something in the heat of the moment, it destroys a relationship. It ruins the goodwill that was previously created. Whatever the reason that God chooses not to let Moses lead the people into the land of Israel, we can certainly take the lessons about anger and anger management. It is such a dangerous emotion, anger. It can destroy and do so much harm. Beware and try and keep control. Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.